how to reduce your time to value and increase free to paid conversion rate. There's a general rule of thumb in product-led growth that you have about a 5-minute window to deliver value when a new user signs up for your product. And if you can't do it, you lose the customer. This is called time to value. And it's actually one of the most important metrics to measure for optimizing your onboarding experience. And great user onboarding is built when you can clearly define why users sign up for your product in the first place. And it's typically either because, one, they have a specific job that needs to get done, like building a landing page, or they want to achieve a desired outcome, such as growing newsletter subscribers. So once you know what the specific job is that they want to do, you can identify all the stages of the user journey until customers experience that result. Now, the job of user onboarding is to lift up any obstacles in your user's way. You want to basically fast track your users through those stages and help them do what they came to do before they lose interest and just churn out. So Adam, one of our product-led coaches at ProductLed, who led user onboarding at Shopify, recently shared his philosophy on reducing time to value. So he was responsible for finding and solving the biggest obstacles that online merchants face to get up and running. So he kept coming back to the core of it.
I see these philosophies or these frameworks the same, whether it's a sales-led business or a product-led business. We're all just trying to help our users get through, how can they make a good evaluation of whether this product is right for them, get them up and running on the product, and ultimately having users be successful with the product.
Let's look at the two main philosophies surrounding your onboarding experience. A lot of companies try to make users do the full configuration and experience all the value at once. But that doesn't help with building momentum because you have a limited time window to get users to the main value. That doesn't mean you can show them all the values, features, or settings at once. And when you do, it often feels overwhelming when you sign up for a new product and it's tooltip here, tooltip there. It just keeps going. It's annoying. Your goal is to take users on the shortest path to the primary objective. We keep hearing phrases like,
users will figure it out. It's obvious what you need to do.
And product people have a big challenge with this because you're super close to the product. You're in it every day. You feel like it should be obvious to click this button or switch that toggle. But sadly, that's simply not true when you look at features at scale. Sure, it might be valid for a few users who just get it, but it's never all of them. And here's a great exercise for product teams to help improve your time to value. And it's called red, yellow, green exercise. We invented it at ProductLed. So here's how it works. You want to come up with a list of every single action a user needs to do to experience the value of your product and decide if it's right for them. Once you map out all of those steps, you're just simply going to indicate them as red, yellow, and green. And a red step means it's not really necessary for the primary objective of getting users to that main action of value. So why are we doing this? Could we scrap this? And if we remove this, would it have a big impact? The second is yellow steps, which means could we do this later after they've already signed up and they've got to value? And so you always want to be cutting the red steps that are unnecessary. The yellow steps you might want to actually just delay. Once users have gotten to value, they can see other aspects of the product later. And green steps is a critical step ones you'll need to keep. They have to do these steps in order to see value. Now, yellow steps are probably the most interesting out of all of these because they're really hard to understand which ones to keep and which ones to delay. So I want you to ask yourself and your team, do we need to make this action required for the user when they're first onboarding? Most steps, not. Another quote from Adam.
When I was at Shopify, I was leading user onboarding. One of the biggest challenges we had was data migration. So merchants who were trying to come over to Shopify from some other system, they were really struggling with moving data over. And we actually saw that that's where merchants were getting stuck in our onboarding funnel. And so what we ended up doing is we built this full data migration program. And the outcome of that was we basically took data migration off of the things that the merchant needed to do. So we would move all their data over. All they had to do was send us a CSV of all their product information. And we had a team that would do all the product transformation, then pop it back into Shopify.
And this one thing eliminated data migration as a churn reason. And this is such a great reminder that one-time setup steps that are low value for some of the actions you should consider eliminating completely from onboarding. Now, when users are signing up for your product, try to understand where they are emotionally and meet them there. Ask questions like, how is my user feeling right now? How do I help them overcome the friction of how they're feeling right now? They may be feeling frustrated with how much work they need to put into completing the main job to be done. They may be missing some knowledge of how the job needs to be done best. Proactive objection handling is a great way to help users overcome onboarding hurdles. So that brings us to our next point. Do you know why users are getting stuck? Once you nail down those top 3 reasons, you can proactively reach out to them. For example, send them an email or an intercom message and say, hey, we know step 2 is the hardest, and it's going to take you a few minutes to start. Get your brain ticking faster with this template. Canva and Miro are great examples of products that use templates to get their users to the next step and experience value faster. Ultimately, all of that will help you upgrade more users to paid plans as they quickly see the main value, decide it's the right product for them, and see you understand where they are emotionally. So to wrap up, there's 3 things I want to leave you with. 1, measure your time to value. How long does it take for your users to experience the main benefit of your product? 2, identify roadblocks. Find the main places where users get stuck and don't move on to the next step. And figure out whether you should remove them or find ways to do them for the user. They don't even have to think about that anymore. Lastly, show value faster. Don't use onboarding to brag about all of your features. Use it to educate users how to do the one main action they came here for. All of this will lead users to the aha moment much faster. The one single point in time where they realize you're the right fit for them. Do you know what your aha moment is? Find out in the next video.